あ、もしもし。あ、今かっぱ寿司の前。一皿90円だって。いやー、さすがだね、かっぱ寿司。一皿90円だよ、90円。お前も来いよ。うん。いや、だから、90円だって90円。来んの？ああ、じゃあ先に食べてるわ。
平日105円が90円に。期間限定。
お待たせしました。
うまそう。あ、電話しなきゃ。もしもし。お祭りセット10%オフだったよ。いや、だからお祭りセットだって。うん、お持ち帰り。そういうこと。うん、じゃあ今行くわ。
お祭りセット 10% オフ。期間限定。
いらっしゃいませ。
また一皿90円？よっしゃ。うまい。90円。これも90円。きた。これも90円か。やるねー、かっぱ寿司。
ありがとうございました。ゼロ皿ですね。
ご好評につき追加開催。12月10日まで。
今食べたよね。
君食べたのか。
食べたのね、この子。
人の寿司取るなよ。
まあかっぱ寿司食べたいか。
きちんとチキン優しさの味、きちんとチキン心の中まで温まる。ファミマのフライドチキン、あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。
フライドチキン揚げたてで優しさの味、きちんとチキン心の中まで温まるね。ファミマのフライドチキン、あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。優しさの味、きちんとチキン心の中まで温まるね。きちんとチキン幸せの味、きちんとチキンなんだか元気が出てくるね。ファミマでメリークリスマス。ファミマのフライドチキン、あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。メリークリスマス。きちんとチキン優しさの味、きちんとチキン心の中まで温まるね。ファミマのフライドチキン、きちんとチキン幸せの味、きちんとチキンなんだか元気が出てくるぜ。ファミマのフライドチキン、あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。
ファミチキがあるクリスマス、ファミチキがないクリスマス。
やっぱりファミマのチキン、あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。
ョン最高金賞のクリスマスケーキ、ファミマで予約受付中。早折り30日まで。沖縄ファミマのクリスマスケーキ。
あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。
モンドセレクション最高金賞のクリスマスケーキ。ファミマで絶賛予約受付中。もうすぐクリスマス、急げ急げ。本格続々、沖縄ファミマのクリスマスケーキ。
あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。
じゃあこれいちごだの。今年も本格ケーキが勢ぞろい。クリスマスケーキはファミリーマート、サークル系、サンクスでお予約はお早めに。あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。今年はチキンのボックスセットがいろいろ。みんなが嬉しいパーティーセットも。クリスマスチキンはファミリーマート、サークル系、サンクスで素敵なクリスマスを。あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。
恋するファミマのクリスマス、早割恋割が断然お得。対象商品を期間内にご予約いただくと300円引き。早割は11月30日朝9時まで。
あなたとコンビニファミリーマート。
ケーキお待たせしました。
子供たち喜ぶぞ。気をつけろよ本当。すいませんすいません。潰れてない？よかった大丈夫だ。うまっ。
ケーキは待ってたのに。
なんで食っちゃったの？
ファミマのクリスマスケーキすげえうまい。
もう一個ください。
ファミクリ。
ファミマのクリスマスチキンすげえうまい。
ファミクリ。
セブンイレブンのクリスマスケーキはご注文をいただいてから焼き上げます。素材の新鮮さを大切に丁寧に仕上げます。
ぜひご予約ください。セブンイレブン、いい気分。今年もセブンイレブンのクリスマス。
ご予約をいただいてから作るこのケーキ、そしてピザにチキンも
本物の味で用意しました。
今お店は楽しいクリスマス。
セブンイレブン、いい気分。セブンイレブンのクリスマスケーキは完全ご予約制。
厳選された素材で一つ一つ作りたての味。クリスマス特別メニューもご指定の日にお手渡し。
セブンイレブン、いい気分。予約しちゃおう。セブン&アイ。予約したクリスマス。
今年もセブンイレブンのクリスマスケーキは充実のラインナップ。
予約受付中。オリジナルケーキも。セブン&アイ。
セブンイレブンと AKB48 オリジナルグッズで
メリークリスマス。私たちと素敵なクリスマスを楽しんでね。クリスマスはセブンイレブンで。セブン&アイ。
今年は AKB48 とセブンイレブンのクリスマスケーキで
メリークリスマス。セブンイレブンならおなじみのケーキや AKB48 オリジナルケーキも。
美味しいクリスマスケーキがたくさん揃ってます。
クリスマスケーキはセブンイレブンで決まり。みんな予約してね。セブン&アイ。
今年も AKB48 とセブンイレブンで
素敵なクリスマスを。
今セブンイレブンではク
クリスマスにぴったりのオードブルがご予約できます。
今年のクリスマスはセブンイレブンで揃えちゃおう。どうしたの？すごい。メリークリスマス。
セブンアイ。
セブンイレブンでとびきりのクリスマス。
お待たせ。
クリスマスケーキも
とびっきりとびっきり。
オードブルも
とびっきりとびっきり。
今年もセブンイレブンと
とびっきり。メリークリスマス。
ご予約受付中。
セブン&アイ・ホール。
リカちゃん、
今日は家族で楽しいドライブ。気持ちいい風。パパ、安全運転でね。トランクから荷物を出して、お弁当はサンドイッチ。キラキラスマホで写真を撮る。
ビンゴ。
ビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴみたいな宝くじビンゴ5。
父さん、ビンゴ5って何ですか？
新しい宝くじじゃ。目が離せんわい。
目といえば父さんは目玉なのになぜ声が出せるんですか？
今さら。
ビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴみたいな宝くじビンゴ5。
父さん、ビンゴ5って何ですか？
人間をワクワクさせている新しい宝くじじゃ。
砂をかけるより楽しいぞ。
ビンゴビンゴビンゴみたいな宝くじビンゴ5。
いよいよ新郎新婦のご入場です。
あ、ビンゴ。
ビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴ。
新郎新婦はケーキの前へどうぞ。
あ、ビンゴ
ビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴみたいな宝くじビンゴ5。
ライブを中止とさせてください。急に体調が悪く。
何それ？ありえない。
遠くから来たんやね。会うだけでも。ちょっと。
ビンゴ。
ビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴ。
でも納得いかない。
1曲ぐらい歌えるでしょ。
いや、ですから。
遠くから来たんやね。会うだけでも。ビンゴ
ビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴビンゴみたいな宝くじビンゴ5。
越えられない壁はない。そのひたむきな情熱が、果てしない挑戦がきっと不可能。あ、ビンゴ
ビンゴビンゴビンゴ。東京2020大会協賛くじビンゴ5。
ビンゴ5の CM は変なダンスばっかりでどんな宝くじかわからない。ご意見ありがとうございます。実はビンゴ5は縦横斜め揃えて遊ぶ宝くじでした。踊っている場合ではありませんでした。
ビンゴ5。
リンリン。
寿司が食べたいと思ったらかっぱ寿司一皿100円。気軽にお腹いっぱい。さあみんなでお腹が思い立ったらかっぱ寿司。
あれも食べたい、これも食べたい。そんな時にはかっぱ寿司。お腹いっぱい食べたい時にもかっぱ寿司。早くて安くてとっても美味しいかっぱ寿司。
ええ顔しとんな。ごっつ幸せやわ。明日も頑張らなあかんな。
また来ような。
一皿100円かっぱ寿司。
サラダちょうだい。はい、サラダ軍艦。いやー、これいけるね。他も美味しいですよ。
でもこれがいいね。
一皿100円かっぱ寿司。
かっぱ寿司の大ニュース。
かっぱ寿司マグロ祭り4月10日まで開催。なんと本マグロ2個1皿100円。かっぱ寿司マグロ祭りただいま開催中。
かっぱ寿司今月のおすすめ品、今が旬プリプリした数の子、なんと一皿100円で大放出。お得だねかっぱ寿司。
みんなで来てね。
かっぱ寿司今月のおすすめは
油の乗った
ビントロ。大好評ビントロ祭り今年も開催。
みんなで来てね。
一皿100円かっぱ寿司。
この新鮮な食材は？
はい、王様。ハリバナナさん、生き締めマダイでございます。
これは何や？
踊りカツオ、あん肝でございます。
いずこでこれを？
はい、かっぱ寿司でございます。わー、気持ちいいね。
楽しいね。かっぱ寿司の今月のおすすめだよ。トロサーモン、とんかつに合鴨。
美味しさに胸が躍り出すかっぱ寿司の夏祭り。
とんかつ、牛タン、カルビ、大うなぎ、暑さに負けない美味しさいっぱい。かっぱ寿司スタミナフェア開催中。
かっぱ寿司 Walking with Dinosaurs Live Arena Tour in Japan
のチケットが当たるかっぱ寿司。
カッパのマークのかっぱ寿司。カッパのマークのかっぱ寿司。カッパのマークのかっぱ寿司。カッパのマークのかっぱ寿司。
エビブーム到来。カッパのエビ祭り26日から。最初は赤エビ、
中トロ、甘エビロール、サーモンハンバーグ、いなり、サラダ、サーモン炙り、パフェ、イワシ。
おいしかった。
かっぱ寿司。
マグロフェスタ実施中。
皆さんこんにちは、本田美優です。この度かっぱ寿司さんの新 CM に出演させていただくことになりました。本当に嬉しかったですし、今回の CM の中では私がお店の中でたくさんいろんなもの食べてるんですね。マグロとかサーモンとかウニとかも食べたんですけど、美味しかったので、その美味しい表情が皆さんに伝わるといいなと思ってます。私が好きなのはサーモンにチーズマヨがかかってて炙ってるのがすごく大好きです。皆さんは何が好きですか？たくさんね、いっぱいメニューあるので皆さんもいっぱい食べてみてください。ではかっぱ寿司の新 CM 楽しみにしていてください。本田美優でした。
お寿司お寿司お寿司お寿司、カッパに行ってお寿司お寿司、カッパでおいしいお寿司お寿司。
来た、これ
いいネタ揃ってます。
かっぱ寿司。
生ウニ生ウニ生ウニ生ウニ、カッパに行って生ウニ生ウニ、カッパでおいしい生ウニ生ウニ。
うまいわ。
この夏うまいネタ大集合。
かっぱ寿司。
サーモンサーモンサーモンサーモン、カッパに行ってサーモンサーモン、カッパでおいしいサーモンサーモン。
うまい。
今だけ国産生サーモン祭り。
かっぱ寿司。
おとろおとろおとろおとろ、カッパに行ってエビエビエビエビ、カッパでおいしい。
夏のごちそうネタ祭りかっぱ寿司。
止まらんわ。
さんまのどぐろさんまどっちにしようかさんまのどぐろカッパでおいしい
両方いけば
ですよね。
旬のさんま秋のととづくし
秋やわ。
ホタテそんじゃなきゃカキカキカッパでおいしいどうぞどうぞ。
はあ、この味。
秋だホタテだカキだかっぱ寿司カニカニ待ちきれないカニカニカッパでおいしい。
お待たせしました。はい。
本ズワイでカニ尽くし D ポイント使える。
それでは今日も一日 TBS テレビでお楽しみください。
映像周波数 183.25MHz 映像出力 50kW 音声周波数 187.75MHz 音声出力 12.5kW 第6チャンネル JOKRTV
ケンタッキーで春の大発見。今マイパックに漏れなく金か銀の卵がついてるよ。中身はお楽しみ。
うまさで答えるケンタッキ
この夏ケンタッキースナックにはコークがついてぐっとお得です。
嬉しいなついてるなチキンにコークケンタッキーフライドチキン。
ケンタッキーフライドチキンを発明したのは私。若鶏に11種のスパイスを効かせて圧力釜でじっくり揚げる。美味しさは私が保証します。ケンタッキーフライドチキン。
いや、私はカーネル・サンダース。私が発明したケンタッキーフライドチキンの美味しい秘密、もうご存知ですかな。使うのは柔らかい若鶏の肉だけ。それに11種類ものスパイスを効かせて旨味が染み込むように圧力釜でじっくり揚げる。これが真似のできない美味しさの秘密じゃよ。どうかね。うまさで答えるケンタッキー。よろしく。
さあ、何が見えるかな。
お空にね、光ってるお船。
お船？何見える？
赤いお月様。お月様なの。
お月様？
パパとママと
豊かな感情が芽生える頃。
ケンタッキーフライドチキン。
母の日には素敵なカーネーションパックをどうぞ。
ケンタッキーから今コンボスナックを買うと素敵なスポーツ用品がその場で当たります。
ケンタッキーフライドチキン。
肉付きのよーい私はポテッとした微笑みが受けてるの。こ ーク持ってきて幸せ。
ポーク付きマイパック。
ケンタッキーフライドチキン。
わずか7歳の時に作ったライ麦パン。カーネル・サンダースのその日の喜びは50年後真似のできない美味しさにつながった。いいものをいい味を、ケンタッキーフライドチキン。
ハロースポーツ。
今ケンタッキーのランチで
ウォッチ、バッグ、ボトル
などなど当たる春のハロースポーツプレゼント。
ケンタッキーフライドチキン。フルーツシャワー。
それは爽やかなフルーツゼリーがつきました。この夏はケンタッキーのデザートパック。
明けましておめでとうございます。ケンタッキーフライドチキン古町店、寺尾店、長岡店。
ケンタッキーフライドチキンの美味しさは真似ができない。これは伝説ではなく、今日あなたに確かめていただける事実なのです。若鶏に11種の特製スパイスを効かせ圧力釜で揚げる。カーネル・サンダースが発明したこの美味しさを、私たちは今伝説よりも事実であなたに。いいものをいい味を、ケンタッキーフライドチキン。
ケンタッキーでおめでとう。ミニバーレルでおめでとう。嬉しい春。さあミニバーレルで集まりませんか。
ミニバーレルで
おめでとう。ケンタッキーフライドチキン。
When the sun goes up in the morning here, we have a brand new day. As the world keeps spinning around, we have the moon in the sky. So join us, let's start our brand new day. Now join us, let's start our tomorrow. Everything is up to you and me. Come join the fun. Now join us, let's make a brand new world. Come join us, let's make our tomorrow. Get something
JOEXTV 10チャンネルテレビ朝日です。
TV Asahi. Get started. TV Asahi.
All right. Welcome to tonight's show. I wanted to talk about my old Kentucky home, which was in the Japanese commercials for the longest time, because that is still to this day the state official song of Kentucky, and the only one that I can think of that has a racist lyric in there, and that is, let's see, something my old Kentucky home, where the darkies are gay, if I remember correctly. Let me look that up really quick just so I can be sure I'm not BSing you guys. And if I do find it, I'll link it. Let's see. My old Kentucky home lyrics, because I just wanted to be sure that I'm correct about this. Unless they censored it, which is... Oh yeah, they call it the old folks are gay. No, the original one is where the darkies are gay. Yeah, they must have changed the lyric then. And what it's even funnier is Stephen Foster wrote that song, who was one of the premier trying to remember. Yeah, he was one of the premier songwriters for the longest time. Yeah, so they completely censored the current song, which shouldn't surprise me. So, yeah, tonight we're going to be doing more Roger Crap. Matter of fact, let me turn this off temporarily if I can get there. There we go. Yeah, so other than that, hey, how you doing, Lewis? you missed it where the Japanese were singing about, or not singing about, where the Japanese had a racist song in the background of their commercials. I was just talking about my old Kentucky home and the racist lyric it used to have in it. Apparently they've changed it since then, but yeah, it used to be where the hold on. I just had it. Yeah, where the now it's the old folks are gay. It used to be the darkies are gay. That was the original lyric. So I'm just trying to holy fucking shit, trying to postpone the inevitable. Why do I even try to talk? I shouldn't even be doing fucking the stupid podcast at this point. Heard of Stuttering John? I'm Stuttering Sean. Alright. So, we only got 3 songs left from the Best Of album. Then, we got... There's an actual Band Problems album. Where, let's see. Yeah, Hey There Friend, which is the song I sent to Lewis last time, and he could tell you how painful that song is. Then we also got You Can't Do You Can't Do Jazz, which is different from that other jazz song, which I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. Smash Guitars, which I think... Wait, no, that's the single. Oh, I Need a Band Wife. That was one of the other ones we still need to play. Let's see. We should try to remember if we've listened to this one or not. I need to check this really quick. Oh god, that's the Greta one. No. Anything but that. I think we can all agree we can all do without listening to that one song again. Jesus Christ. Okay, so remove that one. Because I just want to be sure that I play every song that has not been heard yet. Alright, so have we heard this one? Okay, yeah, that one we've heard. Because, but much like George and some dumbasses that I know, I completely forgot the prep for today. So, okay, then after that, I think we have one more album, and that's Time to Leave the Spotlight. Sing Roger Sing, I think, is in the first album. I mean, in the Best Of. Let's see. The Groupie and the Manager, I think, are not in the Best Of album. Let me just double check. Pretty sure those aren't. And if there are, I'm sure you guys will correct me. So many shit Roger songs, it's hard for me to keep track of all of them. Although I do think I got all the ones there. Let's see. I'm honestly surprised you guys are back here, considering what an abortion of a stream I did the other day was. So it appears we have... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I need to cross-reference something really quick. Then we'll be ready. Okay, the Groupie. We already did. 7, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 only 8 songs. So this could be as quick as an hour. And if that's the case, we'll either play something or I'll get into something that I've never talked about online before. I know I mentioned it with some of you, but it was somebody I used to troll. So in the meantime, we'll get started with reviewing the rest of Roger's diarrhea-ridden discography. Lord help me. Okay, so first of all... Oh, come on. Really, I should have had all this prep before I started, but I did not. Today, I mean, literally today, I just gave no fucks. So we have, once again, I just want to double check that there's only 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's only 8. Okay. So now we're getting into some instrumentals. And I'm actually glad we stopped it after Unsupervised, the one that is really about Roger's life. Alright, so yeah, these are the 2 instrumental pieces. The first one is fairly obvious Roger did not write this. Or if he did write it, he certainly did not perform it or produce it. And it just shows. It's far too nice, far like it's not clunky like Roger's stuff usually is, and it just doesn't sound like any other song he has performed. So this is Spectral Image. Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing because, as I mentioned, it's actually not a bad song overall. But we've heard most of Roger's discography so far. This is not him. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly, Black Volkswagen. This is too well produced to be something that came from Roger. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far to say it's impossible. But the reason why I wanted to start off with this one, in addition to it being the next track after Unsupervised, was to compare it with track 15, which is titled, where is it? Free Jazz Art Fest. Which it is a stark contrast between the other song. Now, for those of you who are familiar with free jazz, there's a form to it. It may not sound like there's a form to it, but there is. And it's been around since the late 50s. I know at least the late 50s. It could have been before that. But it's almost... It was jazz's answer to acid rock. Very trippy, very non-lucid. But you hear Roger's idea of free jazz, and it sounds like what would happen if you threw like Mario Paint down a blender and just press puree. That's what this sounds like to me. But, yeah, let's get into it. Already it's clunky. And there's the Mario Paint sounds right there. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. forgot my mic was off there for a second. Belligerent symbol approach. Yes. This is really the opposite of the previous song. This is so Roger that it's socially awkward, just like Roger is. It really does speak of just, in addition to socially awkward, just like somebody you wouldn't approach in the first place. Like they shat their pants. That's the equivalent of what this song's like. Hey, Nurse Joy. How you doing? Yeah, you're here for probably the greatest Roger song of all time. We played Spectral Image before this, which was fairly obvious that Roger did not write this one. I mean, that one, I should say. And this one is so Roger, it hurts. It gives me a migraine. It hurts. Be helpful if I press the right button there. Hold on a second. I'm almost tempted to play some real, like, free jazz to contrast and compare it. The only problem is I know I'll get copy rights struck on it. And I know your son does. I bet he does. This is just complete and utter garbage. Which you could say about any other Roger song, but especially this one. And there were some of Roger's songs where, like, he's, oh yeah, Like a Woman, he was faded in really quickly, but that was more of an engineer issue. Then, there's a lot of songs where the drums are out of beat, or, what is the other problem? Like, some of the other instruments are clunky. It's almost like punk without the charm. And that is the other way I could describe Roger's music. It's punk without the charm. It doesn't even... Yeah. Exactly, Black Volkswagen. Really quickly, I'm going to see if I could find some... Let's see, free jazz... Let's see, public domain free jazz. Just so I can play some sort of example. Public domain free. Because it literally doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Oh, there are some. Oh. Let's try. Really? That's a public domain song? Alright. Teddy Wilson's All of Me. So if it's the All of Me I know of. Okay, so this isn't free jazz. At least so far. Stop it. Yeah, I just want to listen to this first to be sure I can... No! YouTube! Stop it! God damn it. YouTube is being awfully... It's funny. You put in free jazz, and it'll just show you jazz. And that's just the way their search engine works lately. And I gotta see if there's some sort of tool that I can find where it stops fucking doing that. Right now it's showing me Miles Davis, Baby Won't You Come Home. That's not free jazz. Not even in the slightest. Alright, so let's go back and finish the rest of this. Oh, no shit? MD official? You mean remaster your own music? Because I hope it's not Roger. He doesn't deserve it. No. I wasn't looking for public domain jazz, specifically free jazz. And when I put in free jazz, it showed in all the classics that you are all familiar with, and none of the kind of free jazz I was trying to look for. It's weird. I'm not good with names, but I am good with recognizing titles, if that makes sense. So that's why I occasionally have to click on something to hear it. But this is, as I've mentioned several times over so far, this is not free jazz. Not at all. This is like somebody throwing a Casio keyboard down the stairs. Either that, or it's like and I know Miranda will be familiar with this, like when a cat walks on a piano and you just hear random sounds. That's also what this is reminding me of so far. Once again, jazz has a form, and even free jazz, which is very loose, that has a form to it. And you're not hearing any of it here. That's better said. Yes, it is. I'll agree with you. Let's continue. Tell me that's not somebody like a little... Oh, yeah, as a matter of fact, MD official just made that comment. It literally is like a little kid, like, hitting random buttons, changing the voice on the keyboard, and then hearing new sounds will press, like, some of those keys and then just change it again. Once again, I've heard free jazz before. This isn't it. This is amateur. This is something completely retarded. Cat on piano can be really but no, this is worse. At least with the cat on the piano, you know what that's going to sound like. This is just abhorrent. Then I cussed. I forgot where I was going to go with that, but this is Roger. Surely you know this is shit. Once again, I've heard free jazz many times before. I know the structure. I know, like, the kinds of things I should be feeling when I listen to it, and you don't provide that. He's literally just hitting keys. I'm just pressing buttons. That's what Roger's doing right now. He's just pressing buttons. Alright, I gotta stop it for a second. I know I asked this question at least 20 times, and maybe we have somebody new listening that would answer this for me, but what is Roger's obsession with hi-hat? And I do think I have somewhat of an idea, and I think it's to replace the metronome. because it has that kind of beat to it, where it's repetitive. It reminds you how many beats are in a measure. It speaks metronome, because when all the goons, especially Eugene, like, were mocking him for this, he stopped using it, but it seems like he's replaced it with this hi-hat, and it is just abhorrent. That snare is that too. Yes, the hi-hat and the snare. The fact that someone would put a metronome in a song. I mean, I suppose if a hit artist were doing it just to be ironic, they might be able to get away with it. But a legit performance, no fucking way. You would get laughed off the stage. To me, basically same thing. I mean, it sounds like a hi-hat to me. Which is funny, because I studied music for 4 years. You would think I know all this shit. I don't. Bingo! Yeah, actually, so far, MD Official has the key phrase for freestyle here. Right, exactly. It all has to do with the style. Free is just sort of the form of the song itself. Style is where you put your own spin on it, and through that, it's supposed to sound, cool. And I know there's artists I've heard that's free jazz that's really good. It just, the names are not coming to me right now, and it's pissing me off. But this is just the complete antithesis of everything that I was taught about jazz in college. Because, like Roger, I studied jazz, although I sucked ass at it. But I do remember hearing some free jazz in college as well as on YouTube, and there's some good shit out there. And when you hear it, it sounds nothing like this. All right, let's continue. Actually, hold on. Whoops. No! Stop. Roger, stop. Okay. I just realized what else is not helping Roger in the song. For free jazz, you really need multiple musicians. When you do that all by yourself, it doesn't work. Free jazz does not work if you're on your own, in my humble opinion. Frank Zappa, your heart out! But MD Official, free jazz is not supposed to be funny. Unless Roger was a legit comedian, which he's not. If he was doing this, like, for the sake of irony and, making fun of himself, he would have something here. He's not, though. He's being 110% serious with these songs. Oh, that's so true, Beth. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, the thing that is absolutely killing this, other than the reasons that I mentioned earlier, you gotta have a real band to do free jazz justice. You can't do this shit on your own. It sounds stupid. Oh my god, that guitar. Hold on. That guitar work is horrible. I gotta hear that again, because that was abhorrent. Oh, that isn't even a real guitar. That's a fucking key. Oh, this is one of my biggest pet peeves, actually. is people who insist on playing the guitar through a fucking MIDI keyboard. It will never in the history of music sound good as the real thing. I don't know why he's doing it here. I mean, it would work far better if this was a real band. But it sounds it stands out like a sore thumb that he's not using it. And it's hard for me not to ignore it at this point. Hold on. Are you telling me, MD Official, you think that's the real thing? Because if you would know better than I would. There's something about the attack and there's something about the pattern of it which sounds like MIDI to me. Could be wrong. Lord knows I've certainly been wrong about many things before in music. But yeah. Or are you challenging me in the fact that you think MIDI guitar can sound good in certain pieces? I'm just waiting for a clarification on what MD Official said. I was just saying you can't... I could see that. But I'm just saying, as a whole, when you're just having like a very... how do I articulate this? A prime example was like 80s ballads and their constant, like, for some reason, especially toward the end of the 80s when power ballads were a thing, they would always have the need to put in some sort of guitar, and it was usually MIDI, and it would always suck ass. And this is what that's reminding me of right now. It sticks out so much. Anyway, I'm sorry to get on that autistic style point there. Sorry, forgot my mic was off again. Here's the thing. With the Power Rangers, they were doing that for sheer cheese. So that was another reason why that worked so well. Once again, you would have to do that in certain instances to pull that off. Some industrial songs I've heard too have had a MIDI guitar, and that worked. Although I can't think of any off the top of my head. But I do know I've heard them before. Nurse Joy. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, and the official, I agree with you. Not to go on a side tangent here, but it's definitely worth going over since we're talking about Power Rangers. Think about it this way. Both Chris and Jared were huge fans of the Power Rangers, which should tell you something. The Power Ranger fan group in many ways reminds me of like the Sonic fan group. There's so many people who take that so seriously that it ruins the show itself. I used to love Sonic the Hedgehog. Then a few years ago, I owned the that I forget the name of the game on Steam, but it's basically the Genesis collection. And I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1, which is not exactly the greatest game in the series. And I was playing the first couple levels, and then I suddenly got pissed off. And I couldn't figure out why until I realized, oh my god, there's probably some fanboy that are coming to these right now. That whole community sexualizes everything related to what, like the Power Rangers, Sonic the Hedgehog, Final Fantasy. And when you hear some of the stories, yeah, fandoms ruin everything. It ruined some of the fun for me. I mean, not to say that I didn't have fun or won't go back again to Sonic the Hedgehog. It's just, it's tainted it. Oh god, I don't remember if it was that guy. Who was the one that was putting either Sonic characters or was it Power Ranger characters in a jar full of pee? It was one of the two. And that was another thing that stuck out in my mind while playing that. Not Power Rangers. Maybe I was listening to our Power Rangers track one day and thought of that. I don't remember. But either way, it's like whenever I go back to something and it's associated with that kind of culture, it ruins it for me. It's why I can't go back to Final Fantasy these days. Unless it's something that I completely avoided fanboys talking about. Like some of the much older ones that rarely get discussed, like Final Fantasy 2, 3, 5. The ones that have been relatively untouched. Sean needs a tire break. You want to come on my show, Mel? Are you telling me to shut up and get on with it? All right, fine. I didn't say Final Fantasy wasn't awesome. I'm just saying some of the fans can ruin it for you. Alright, who wants to make some Mario Paint? Oh, I did mute again. Oh, I didn't even fucking talk about... Okay. I was gonna say, yeah, that whole thing reminded me of, like, getting into a bathtub where you're filling the water, you don't realize how hot the water is. Specifically, this was when the song ended. And you put your foot in there, you didn't realize how hot the water was, and you just start screaming. It was like suddenly there was peace, and I was like, ah! I'm so thankful you guys didn't hear me say that. So that's 1 down and 7 to go. Holy Jesus. 35 minutes. No, it hasn't been 35 minutes, but a half an hour talking about just one song. But this is, without a doubt, his free jazz song is one of the worst. At least the top 10. And he's done like a ton of songs. It's amazing. Well, amazing that he at least used Mario Paint reference. No, I do agree. Mario Paint's awesome. That is something I go back to from time to time, just fuck around with. And emulators anyway, because finding a SNES mouse, unless you want to buy a replica, which they got these days, they're so expensive. Okay, so next song is, let's see what regardedness we're going to get ourselves into. The Groupie, which is the last song on his Best Of album. Alright, here we go. Oh, this is a good one. Pay attention to the lyrics.
She's got a beaming smile upon her face. From across the room in leather and lace.
Pretty kinky there, Roger. Zelda and lace. I mean, Zelda. God damn it, MD Official, for making me say Zelda. Leather and lace. I didn't even know Roger had that kind of side to him.
She could be the one to finally fill that space.
Oh, that is so sexy, Roger. Hey, ladies, don't you want to be, you know, when you want a guy to fall in love with you, isn't the thing that you want him to say back to you is you want him to fill that space? Should be you saying that. Unless it's a subconscious thing and Roger's really telling us that he's gay.
Oh, I won't have to be in a lonely hot span. Finally found who I've been after. Won't have to put myself to pasture.
So the sole reason you want to fall in love, Roger, it is not because, you know, you want to find, you know, your kindred spirit, your soulmate, you know, some really hot piece of ass. No, you just want them because you're afraid of being alone, you fucking autistic. I gotta censor myself because there's something really bad I want to say right now. He wants having a space filled, I know. Oh, I just had... I love all of you. Oops, I almost pressed the wrong button there.
She's gonna bring me beer, help move my gear, book the gigs, then post and share.
Hold on, hold the phone. Roger, are you really trying to say you want to fall in love with a woman because you want her to, like, physically pick up after you? To pick up your gear? That's your fucking job. You do that shit, or you hire somebody else to do that shit, or you ask somebody else in the band to help you. You don't fucking ask your girlfriend to do that kind of shit. No, I love you more, Mel. I'm gonna... I want you to fill my space, Mel. Woo! Yes, indeed. So, Roger's idea of love is being babied like a 6-year-old. Wow.
Gonna cheer me on and always see the band.
Well, not after you ask her to fucking pick up your shit for you. Generic barcodes.
She's already asking me when's the next show.
Liar!
Offers to help update my look.
this I gotta say, and I'm sure some women are gonna disagree with me. One of the reasons you're probably gonna fall in love with a guy is already the way they look. And unless they have no sense of identity, which Roger probably definitely falls into that category, you usually don't need to change the way the other person looks. You love them for, God, I hate that song, just the way they are. So not only does Roger want to be pampered, he's looking for a woman to dress him up like he's a fucking 3-year-old. I don't know if it could get any more pathetic than this.
Get me a better vest and leather pants.
No. The one outfit I never want to see Roger in is a leather vest and pants. He looks bad enough in that regarded Mr. Rogers vest and tie. And that's more suiting for, and that suits him more well, and more, god damn it, me talk of the Englishes. What he's wearing right there suits him better than a fucking vest and leather pants. Oh, God.
To match a belt and a hat. Finally found who I've been after. Won't have to put myself to pasture.
You're already there, my buddy.
Bring me gear, help move my gear. Book the gigs and post and chat.
You should do that shit on your own.
The band.
That is one of the most cheapest sounding instrumental breaks right there. I gotta hear that again. Wow, 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 wow. That is so weak. It's impotent. No, if you put if you put Roger in a Git mask, I'm gonna slap 10 shades out of you. That is an image I do not want to see. It was bad enough seeing Kevin in that. Dun da dun da 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 dun da dun da dun da dun da dun da.
Finally found who I've been after. Won't have to put myself to pasture. She's gonna bring me beer, help
do all my shit. She's gonna make me a sandwich from the kitchen.
Gonna cheer me on and always see the band.
Go get it now, bitch. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, you did not, Nurse Joy. Almost sounds like the battle music from Final... One, Roger is not that hip. Isn't he as old as Gigi is? I know he's about that age. But also, I don't hear it. Do you guys hear Final Fantasy VII battle music in this? Because I remember that pretty well. And you see Final Fantasy, like, music, any of the, what do you call it, music when you're in battle, like, really pumps your blood. That gets you going. And this is like the antithesis of that. It's like, it's so laid back. It could be used as a sedative in surgery. Or in surgery. Well, I don't know about that good. But it is. It will definitely put you to sleep. It does. Final Fantasy. Oh, wait. 8. Well, then again, I haven't... 8, to be honest, is one of my least favorite from the first 9 games. I didn't like the magic system. Why am I making this about me? I shouldn't be. I feel like I'm getting into little diatribes that's going to take all night to talk about 8 songs. Which is appropriate. Final Fantasy 8. Yeah, I hated the magic system in that game. Where you had to get it from every creature. And it just... I felt like I spent half of that game battling monsters. Yeah, the draw. Yeah, that's exactly it, Nurse Joy. That had the worst system. And then there was something else I didn't like about it either. And partially the story. If you've seen Japanese dramas, you know what I'm talking about, because half the Japanese dramas take place in high school. It takes place in a school, and it plays out like a J-drama. But I'm getting... Damn it, I do need a Tard Ranker. Let's get on here. You know what's sad? This is more free jazzy sounding than free jazz song that Roger.
Jamming out with different bands, while other guys have found their special gals.
Boy, you know what's gonna make any girl just, leave a snail trail somewhere? Is you talk about how everybody else has a girl but you. I think I mentioned this the other day when I was talking about, like, songwriting, that it should be empowering and, in the affirmative, and you don't write in a passive way, because that's how you get people to root against you and people not to want to listen to your music. It's not that you can't be lonely in music. It's just, it's got to be powerful somehow, some sort of impacting in some way. It's just not the woe is me bullshit. It's even emo doesn't sound that bad, where they talk about why does everybody else have a girlfriend but me? Oh, it's so pathetic.
I've been alone and stayed at home.
Well, that's what clubs are for, Roger. I mean, I know you're autistic and all, but you got to get out there and meet people. They're not going to come to your front door and, ask about you. That's not how the dating game works. Yeah, Tinder would be a step in the right direction for you. You don't, like, beg about it in your music that you're fucking lonely. And you don't sound passive while you're doing it either. It makes you sound weak. Well, then again, you are a weak man, but it makes you even sound weaker than you already are.
Finally found who I've been after. Guess I won't have to put myself to pasture.
You're already there.
She's gonna bring me beer, help move my gear, book the gigs and post and share.
Rearrange my furniture in my office. Meant to say studio apartment. Fucked my own lyric
found this woman.
What? Hold on. I gotta hear that again.
Oh, and always see the band. Glad I found this woman.
This woman. So it's written in a possessive way, as in my woman, which once again, it's not empowering. It's not. Your love songs, Roger, are so crap that you don't even talk about the kind of woman who falls in love with you. All you mentioned so far is she dresses you, she lugs your shit around, she's almost a Neanderthal in terms of how, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not admiring, and of course I'm not going to think of it now. But you've given her, like, not any way for people to root for this person that you're creating, which is bad. Once again, it's not a way you write music. And, God, not to get into how badly my music turned out to be when I did it back in, was it late 90s? But it was a hell of a lot better than this.
It's a big relief.
Once again, doesn't want to fall in love because, you know, it's dangerous or, you know, it's romantic. It's just a huge relief. It sounds like something, once again, a child would say. It's a relief. This is not something like, once again, a great singer would sing about.
I'm no longer gonna be a single guy hiding out in the corner.
So, are you telling us, Roger, that when you used to be, that since you are single, that when you see women, you hide around corners? What a pussy. I'm not kidding. And I used to be this kind of guy where I wouldn't, well, then again, it's more understandable for me because I'm a fag. But obviously, it's not easy to approach other guys. So I do it in clubs, and even in clubs, it's not easy to do. But you know what? Just going and, you know, saying hi and having a short conversation, that's a simple way to start a relationship with somebody, even if it doesn't lead to romance. You know, it could lead to a friendship, one night stand maybe if you're lucky. Yeah, exactly, Mel. He doesn't speak from any experience whatsoever. You could tell he's never been in a relationship. Gives his female protagonist in this song no charisma. But yeah, let me finish this fucker out. Okay,
not knowing what to do in between sets. No.
It's funny how when Roger tries to sound sexy, it makes him even sound less sexier. Okay, so that's 2 down and 6 to go. The next one is... Oh, yeah. This was the song that we heard the other day on Lewis's show, and I heard that he put a hit out on me since then, and I just want to say I'm sorry. Yeah. Hey There Friend, which is, in terms of how boring it is, it's one of the worst. No energy, repetitive, and once again is his misgivings about how people treat him in the music business. How entitled he feels that he should be able to perform everywhere and people just should drop their shit and watch. That's basically what this whole song coming up is about. And it is god-awful. I feel like I'm about ready to walk into a Nickelodeon or one of those places with like the old haunted houses that would have the what did they call those old? I should know the name of it. It was like a player piano, but it was attached to a bunch of instruments. That's what this sounds like to me. I don't know who's Roger's trying to appeal to here in terms of just music alone, because this has zero charisma. It just sounds like old guy trying to relive whatever quote-unquote youth he has left in him by writing about even older music.
Hey there, friend. What's your hurry? You'll get your turn after we play for 30. And we'll get up on that date with you, whether or not you want us to. Put your pickup on the Facebook without your consent.
Hold on. Get up there without your consent. That's creepy. That he has a lyric without your consent. And this is coming from somebody that knows George. When you think about that, that's even more chilling. Never change, Roger. Never change.
Sometimes let you play just one song.
Be grateful then, motherfucker.
Other times we let you play 3 or 4.
Then be even more grateful when that happens.
Off-key tunes and worn-out tracks.
Like yours.
Hide in the back or outside the door. Servers think we're stuck up old art school punks.
You know what? I have to agree. You are an old arts. Jesus, you breathe that you're this pretentious college, probably flunky, who stayed in college the whole time just so you could sound like shit playing in random places without having a single ounce of talent. As I mentioned, it was about 2 years of me studying music when I transitioned to piano, to going into the music business, and even there, you gotta ask yourself as an artist, when do I quit? And that's hard to be humble to yourself, but you gotta do it, because otherwise you're gonna be like Roger in your 50s, still thinking you could make it, even though you sound like ass, but you want people to tell you that you sound good. It's much like Gigi as well. He had what? That's the rumor, because there are a couple instruments in this where you can hear the flute. Yep. Yeah, including this one. All right, let's continue.
They'll get a shepherd's pie without any money.
Don't get a shepherd's pie without any... It's weird. Different.
We don't really care what they think. They can shove that shit right down the sink.
Language, Roger. Language. Watch your fucking mouth, you dirty little son of a bitch.
Irish eyes ain't smiling when they call us, honey.
You're probably as Irish as fucking Nobunaga. The only indications I would have that you were Irish, I don't even know if he's saying he's Irish here or not, It would be the fucking attitude he has.
Sometimes you let you play just one song. Other times we let you play 3 or 4.
But that's not good enough for Roger. No, he has to be up there for at least 20 hours to perform. Even if the place is closed, he'll still be there all night long performing for nobody because that's what he fucking wants to do.
Off-key tunes and worn-out tracks.
This coming from the guy that does free jazz, or quote-unquote free jazz, and Dylan songs. This is projection of the highest form. If it isn't, I don't know what is.
Hide in the back or outside the door.
Okay, was this instrumental really necessary? I mean, it's not like we have a really deep song here. I know MD Official will say if I'm wrong here, but I feel like so far this instrumental, because I believe this part's the instrumental, it needs to be cut. This song's 5 minutes long, and it feels much longer than that already. And you know what, MD Official? You should be proud as fuck about that. I'm actually proud for you. Yeah, that's not something to sniff at. Once again, I tried to go into the music industry and couldn't hack it. So anybody that does, I have nothing but the uttermost of respect to. I need this solo. This whole part could have been cut.
Sometimes let you play just one song. Other times we let you play 3 or 4.
But not 5 or 6. No. Solontologist needs more hi-hat. That's what the song needs. You're right. Cowbell and instrumental. It needs all of those. Then this song could rock. Maybe. Just maybe.
Track. Hide in the back or outside the door.
Have you ever noticed, and this is in almost, I'd say 50% of Roger's songs, he has a reference to running away. He talks about running away here. In the previous song, he talks about hiding in corners away from women, because women are apparently these huge, scary monsters that you don't want to have relationships with. Talk shit on college, people who went to college because they were more successful than them. And I'm trying to remember, there's just a lot of speech he has in these songs where he talks about running away. That's his solution to everything. And that's why, unintentionally, his lyrics are very emo. They're very negative in the worst way possible. Women, you know what? No, they aren't. And I could get into reasons why, but I don't want this to be a me stream. Although I will say I had several women come up to me before who wanted to have sex with me. They're not scary. You just gotta talk to them, and all women can read you. If like they think that you want sex and they're not turned on, then they're not gonna put out. Which I shouldn't. No, that doesn't sound right. What am I saying? I'm a fucking fag. Alright, so let's continue.
But we're not here for approval or attention.
No, Louis, that would be a major mistake. I gotta hear that again.
But we're not here for approval or attention.
Okay, Roger. You're at this bar, and you get pissed off when you only do 1 or 2 songs. You bitch when it's not 3 or 4. And let's hear it again.
Back or outside the door. But we're not here for approval or attention.
Yeah, not here for approval or attention, not wanting 3 or more fucking songs.
You're not famous either. Playing Can't You See?
Once again, this coming from somebody who's an absolute nobody, even in Richmond. Desperately, and I do have to give Roger this, unlike George. Roger's a go-getter. Roger performs on stage, which George doesn't do. He tries, radio, and I do mean tries. I mean, he doesn't have to, excuse me. He didn't have to pay to be on the radio like George did. But he is, and you guys already know this, he's so bad that he's never going to make it. And the only person who isn't aware of it is him, and it's because he's, and Eugene mentioned this, he's a covert narcissist. He wants to believe it, even though it will never happen.
We got no one else to blame. We sought out 15 minutes of fame. Time for the next step, the back of the line.
Okay, so 2 of you want to hear me talk about my life. I'll give one quick story, and this goes with the women thing, because it is funny. So, when I was 17, I was doing theater at this time. And I was directing one of my first plays. And there was this woman, she was very attracted to me. And I tried to put it in very uncertain terms that I wasn't interested. And I think my parents at this point were starting to pick up clues that, you know what, he might be gay. And they were like, they were saying to me, you know what, you should invite her over to come swim. I'm like, okay. So I invite her over. Brought her in my room because she didn't want to change in my bathroom, which I thought was weird. So I went to the corner of my room, took off my pants, and as soon as I took off my pants, because I was commando at this point, I just felt this humongous pressure around my dick. Like somebody, as if somebody was falling off a cliff and wanted something to grab onto. That fucking hard. And I looked over to see this big shit-eating grin that she had. And it was such an awkward moment. And I had to let her down and, on certain terms, like, I'm sorry, I can't. And I think she was trying to hold on to it too, like, see, you have a boner now. Well, if you would let it go, it would go back down. Oh, God, and I'll never forget after that. So, shortly after that, we went swimming, and then we went to Roscoe's. For those of you who don't live in California, Roscoe's is a famous chicken and waffle place. And on top, thought was so fucking weird. She wanted me to pay for her meal. And I had to tell her, this isn't a fucking date. This is... If I was a girl and you were a guy, I would think this was sexual harassment or rape. This is just so fucking weird. Alright, so anyway, that's one of Sean's weird stories. So, I mean, if you guys really want me to like tell some of my life stories, maybe I could make that into my own stream. But we're really here to talk about Roger tonight. Like that, I knew you would like that story. I have plenty of them. I've had a really weird fucking life. It was like a skit, and I remember coming home that night at around we were out a while that night. I can't even remember all the shit that she talked about. Because even after that, her name was Tanisha, by the way. She was really into me and wouldn't stop talking to me. And at one point, I remembered that I just cut off all contact, and that was when she just finally got it that Sean got raped. Yeah, it was finally then that she got the message. Yeah, if you guys ever want to hear me talk about some of my weird fucking stories, then maybe I'll do that one night. But I have plenty of them. But we're here for Roger. But I just wanted that to be, since we haven't had any palate cleansers yet, I figured that would be the palate cleanser. At least for now. Okay. So, we got only a minute of this abhorrent trash left, and it's almost done.
Sometimes let you play.
Oh, you know what? I just recognized that chord. Doesn't this one chord progression sound like "Don't Fence Me In"?
Out 15 minutes of fame.
I'll let you know when it happens.
Time for the next stop. The back of the line.
I think it's this one coming up here. Yeah, right there. Don't fence me in. I hear that for some reason.
Let you play just one song. Other times we let you play 3 or 4.
This whole song so far, it's just been about a guy who Roger probably interprets. Why is it so hard for me to say? As a redneck, and whining bitch that he was only allowed to play one song and not a whole set. And he sings about it 6-7 times in a row. It couldn't be more annoying, and we're not done. He's probably going to sing about it again before the song ends.
Bulky tunes, worn out tracks. Hide in the back or outside the door. And play us earworm, feral cat call his. Not your big city fancy original stuff.
Alright, so this is the clincher. So Roger thinks the reason that they weren't able to play was they were big city. Oh, keep being delusional, Roger. Keep being delusional.
We've run this show for 30 years. No paid gigs, just sneers and beers.
Oh, come on, Roger. You had a perfect Arlie Ermy reference there. Couldn't do the steers and queers. Everybody has to be so politically correct these days. How disappointing. I would have went there.
Looks like you don't like this would have been mine.
Okay, so just a quick tangent here about open mics. I don't care if it's stand-up. I don't care if it's poetry night. I don't care if your band, you do an open mic, you're not staying there all night. Really, I believe usually 5 minutes is the max for being up at a night, because you're supposed to share it with a bunch of other people who are there. It's not all about you. It's like karaoke. You do karaoke, there's going to be a huge line, and you're not going to be singing over and over and over and over, which is probably what George did when he had his business. That's the whole idea of open mic. You're sharing it. Fucking selfish prick. Okay, so the next song is... Let me check over here. You Can't Do Jazz. So this isn't the other jazz song. This is different. And it's basically like that song. Peanut butter jelly time.
Show them how it's done, son.
God, Roger, stay in your own fucking lane. Whenever you try to act cool, that is when you are your least cool. Because I can tell, even at your age of almost 60, you still have no idea how to do it. All you have to do is be yourself. If the voice comes out while you do it, then it's natural. If you have to force it like you are here, it's cringe. You shouldn't have to force it.
You know what to do. Yeah. Can you fit in the pocket? Can you stay in the groove? Can you only play when I say? Do you know the scale? Do you know the notes? Arpeggios, all the moves. Can you wear a suit, hat with a feather, smoke a pipe, keep it together?
That whole zoot suit culture, the only reason I know that was, believe it or not, it's still a culture here in California. And I lived about 10 miles away from a zoot suit store, and I went in there once. It was actually really cool. Zoot suit is not directly associated with jazz. It was its own subculture. Not that Roger would know that. Did open mic three times and blacked out. Oh, actually, I'm sorry to hear that. Here's the thing. I get it. It's scary. Open mics can be fun, though. The thing is, you have to be willing to allow yourself to fail, because open mics are a learning experience. You're not there to get a gig. You're there just to... It's like practicing, except you're doing it in front of other people. And it's like a laboratory in that sense. You get a feel for if people like something, if they don't like something, if you learn what should be changed, etc. I mean, that was where I think I mentioned this. When I did... Okay, here's another Sean story. When I did improv, our final was in a bar. And it was an open mic night. And we all performed in front of a bunch of drunks. And the thing that I learned that night is drunk people have low standards for what is funny. And thank you, God. So generally speaking, when you're in that kind of environment, it's far more laid back than an audition. Far more... with that, you could have far more fun. He certainly does. Certainly does. I'll take that to mean that I should get back to this song.
You can do all those things, my man. Then you can't play jazz. No, you can't. You just can't play, baby. Oh, yeah.
No, you can't, Roger. Oh, hi-hat time. Ting, 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 ting. Here's the thing with drums. And it's like, how do I describe this with instruments? There are some that are like seasoning, and there are some that are like salt. And just like with regular salt, you can only use like a little bit of it before it becomes overpowering and you can't really eat whatever it is you were putting that into. Hi-hat is one of those instruments you need to put in sparingly. Or if you do insist on it, you might want to EQ it back when you're mastering it. Because wow, is that so distinct. I do not know if I would have it that pronounced in a song. But this, once again, is something that MD Official would probably be able to answer better than me. I do have to say, this instrumental break is infinitely better than the previous song.
Can you scat sing? Can you snap? Can you play real fast? You a cool cat.
Oh god, don't say scat sing because you immediately want me to put on Scatman. I know that it came long before that, but come on.
Can you sway real low? Can you play real fast? Can you read on sight? Can you modulate to the Dorian mode? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's like salt in cooking. You put too much salt in a dish, it's gonna kill it. And same thing here. You put in hi-hat, and that's all I can hear. You just killed the song. And I would say 50% of his songs suffer from this problem. And I have a feeling the reason for that was ever since we made fun of his metronome usage, he replaced it with the hi-hat, thinking that we wouldn't be able to discover it.
Cause you can't do jazz. No, you can't do jazz. No, you can't do jazz. No, you can't do jazz.
No, you can't, Roger. Yeah, these instrumentals work so much better than the... What?
Move on, T.O.
Move on, T.O.? T.O. I'm trying to think of what that stands for. Sad thing is, when I used to be in improv, I used to think of jokes just like that. Now that I'm aging a little bit and been out of the game for a while, it's not as easy. But move on, T.O. I cannot think of what the fuck that could even possibly mean.
Yeah. Man, you ain't half bad. Maybe you was woodshed. Listening to Miles Davis. All those tutorial records, real slick.
Oh, bitch, please. You probably haven't even heard of Terry Parker, let alone Miles Davis.
Slow, so you can catch on. Don't use CDs, baby, or MP3s. Gotta be able to slow it down and then speed it up.
Don't do CDs, do MP3s. Now, I gotta be honest, I still listen to MP3s. These days, though, it's all about FLAC and what's the other one? FLAC, and I know MD Official will be able to help me with this one. But the only people who buy CDs are people who want to use it either for decoration. Yeah, there we go. Og Vorbis, yeah. But pretty much the people who buy physical media usually use it as decorations these days. I mean, there's some people who still swear by LPs and think that they're better. Same thing with CDs, even though that's all digital. And technically records are all digital as well, but I'm not even I'm not even going to get into that debate tonight. But I forgot where I was going with this original point. What did Roger say here?
MP3s.
Oh, yeah. MP3s haven't been as much of a thing anymore. Matter of fact, I don't even know if any of the major... Oh, wait, no, I take that back, because on Bandcamp, you still see MP3s in some other places. But still, more people are seeking out FLAC and Ogg Vorbius these days.
Gotta be able to slow it down and then speed it up. That's it, baby. Right. Here I go, try to catch me. Skip a doop a wee, skip a dip it up, doop boop, skip it up, beep up, but tuck up, bump, bump, skip it, dip it, deep bop, zoom bop, deep bop, yeah, but up, doop boop, deep bop, bop, skip it, doop, skip it, beep bop, skip it, doop, doop, beep bop, beep bop, skip it, doop, beep bop, beep bop.
Oh my god! Roger, you're not cool enough to pull that off. It sounds so wrong when you do it. You would either have to have like another person singing with you and have them pull that off, or just cut it out altogether. This doesn't work at all. I actually have a theory, Genzel, that most of this was done on a first take. Maybe 2 takes at most, but with Roger's budget, I'm willing to bet that almost all of this was first take. Because there's some recording errors, as I mentioned with Like a Woman. The first part of his vocals was faded in almost a sentence too late. Okay, yeah, alright, MD Official can verify that for me, yeah. If he had a producer, and let's see, because I'm just trying to total this in my head to see what the cheapest, if he were to do this properly, were to be and have it sound better, it would be at least 10 grand. We're talking at least 10 grand. That is if he wanted to sound much better than this. But I mean, it's amateur, and there's good amateur albums, but this is bad amateur. This is real, indeed. Indeed. This part right here reminds me of like when a kid finds the drums the first time. They hit the same 3 over and over again, and when they do get the timing right, it sounds like this basically. God, this is horrible. Is he trying to do that free jazz thing again? Because this is just shit. I know, right? Woo-wee. Okay, so we're 3 down and 5 to go. So I want to ask you guys a question. You guys want me to do another palate cleanser right now? Oh, shut up, Roger. Now I gotta hear that again.
You come back next. even pay your pocket.
This is one of those times where that is so hard to hear. I have no idea what... I don't know if he's saying, come back next time and I'll get paid next week. I'll come back next time and I'll get paid. Yeah. No. But I wanted to ask you guys, should I do another palate cleanser where I talk about another story where a woman comes on to me? Or should I go to the next song? Because I certainly have a couple of those stories. And actually, one of the stories I shared in the Goon Discord before. Cleanse? Alright. So, this is a funny one. So, I was working... this was when I was doing prop managing. There was this Filipino girl, and she was in her younger 20s. This was around the time when I was trolling George full-time, so like 30, 31, 32, somewhere around there. And one time we were on break, and this was out of the blue. So out of the blue, I was eating something and almost spit it out. That's how much this took me for a loop. So she said to me, you know what? Oh, that's right. I was eating ramen. Okay, so this is something for you guys to keep in mind. She said, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to shove those noodles in my pussy and shoot them in your mouth. And I was so taken aback. The noodles were stuck in my mouth. I was like, that much of what the fuck? It caught me that much off guard. Not as much as what she said next. After that, it was to the point where I did not want to be by myself alone with her for a while. She did apologize for me for saying this, but she said, and you know what, baby, I want to pee in those noodles. I'm like, I lost my appetite. And that was when I went back to work. Yeah, these are the kind of weird-ass stories that I've experienced in my life. Thanks, Southern California. That, in terms of women that have come onto me, was definitely the most sexually aggressive. Wanting to put noodles in her pussy to shoot inside my mouth with urine soaked all over it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna talk about the last one too, really quick. Just to lighten things up a little bit more, since there wasn't much meat in that one. There isn't much meat in this one either. But one time I was on Grindr. You know, Grindr, the place that you associate with just having gay men. One day this woman comes on to me, and she said to me, you know what, Poppy, and she called me Poppy, which I immediately laughed at when I saw that. You know what, Poppy, Mommy needs her titties milked, and I want you to milk them as I play with my wet pussy. She sent me a picture of her tits, and I sent this pic in Discord too, just to show that I wasn't bullshitting at the time. I don't know why it doesn't happen to me often, but when it does, it's funny as fuck. Okay, so in terms of all the funny lady stories, I mean, the guy ones I could go on all day about, but most of those are gross, and I wouldn't call those palate cleansers. Oh no, that's not true. There's a couple that are palate cleansers, but not many. Whew. Okay. I'm sorry. Every time wrong button. Every time that has happened, I've laughed. I mean, after the fact, when I'm by myself, I laugh my ass off. I had a guy use his female cousin to... Oh, fuck. I'm sorry to hear that, Lewis. Yeah, that's fucked up. Here's the thing. Unless they were being really rapey, which, knock on wood, none of these women were, I'm sure that would have traumatized me too. But, yeah, with my sense of humor, I just immediately laughed at it. It's to the point where I could probably do a stand-up routine about it. Because I just find it to be that hilarious. Ting, ting, ting. Alright, let's get back to some Tartary with Roger's next song, which is, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay. So I don't think most of you have heard this. This is the live version of Band Problems. So it's special. But I want you to pay attention to a particular part that if there was a producer making this, they would have cut the whole song out and would have probably done it again. It is that bad. So pay attention for that because it's going to happen within the first minute or so.
Here we go. Certain things can happen. You only know about those things.
Is it me, or, and I'm sure some of our more experienced people who've done music before will answer this. Roger's mic sounds far too low. Like the fader on that needs to be raised all the way. You can hear the instruments far better than you can hear him, which for a vocal track, yeah, I don't think is a good thing. BRB Ramen! You have some special lady friend that's making that for you, MD Official? Alright, let's continue.
You've ever been in a band. Alright? Sometimes...
Alright, did you guys hear that? Because I gotta play that again.
You've ever been in a band. Alright?
You alright, you guys? You know what? There was a simple... I just realized this too, because I haven't worked on a board, actually not a music board, Jesus. I haven't worked on a board in a long time. And basically you could fade Roger's mic out where he says that whole help thing and continued on with the recording and just faded him back in. Nobody would have noticed. But for once again, I think Roger probably didn't want to change it, and or he didn't have the money to. I think it went down to a money issue on this one. This was such an easy fix, though, especially if everybody was properly mic'd. That might have been the other problem too. When you hear a typical live album, especially these days, and all the members of the band are mic'd. So that way, if something happens, they can EQ it. When you EQ something, that's really complicated to explain, but you could increase the bass on it, maybe, because I don't want to get too technical with this subject. But you could tell listening to this that nothing was EQ'd. It was just played, and what you're hearing was probably the way it sounded in the club at the time. Alright, let's continue.
You've ever been in a band. Alright? Sometimes...
Literally, yes. God damn it! Now you got me thinking of that story again. God fucking damn you guys. I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. I was so like, it was one of those experiences where you're so taken aback that your body doesn't know how to react. So I felt both nauseous and just. I almost bursted out laughing, so my body didn't know what to do except I should not have put my food down. I left my food alone. What the fuck was I thinking? No, then again, I didn't eat after that, but I left the room. I ran to the bathroom. Then after that, I went back to work. I couldn't deal with that again. It was just, my body went through both extremes. I didn't know how the fuck to deal with that. So I didn't know if I should have been offended or laughing. I ultimately it was funny, and all was forgiven, and we all. But man, women, you guys are weird with gay guys. Some of you are anyway. You can't convert most gay guys. I'm just saying. And not to mention, I'm not attracted to trannies to begin with, so. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Oh, okay. There we go. So we're a minute in.
Decided to flirt with the singer in the band. He decides to quit the band. Though you think you got band problems. Band problems.
Okay. I gotta talk to Lewis for a second. I'm sorry. I know. Really, you should have called the police. I know that would have been awkward for you to do, but I don't care if it's a man or a woman. You have no right. You should not have to go through being sexually harassed or raped. And what you're describing, Lewis, really borders on rape. I don't know what the statute of limitations are with that. I don't know how. Oh, okay, yeah, then that's probably up. Yeah, because if he did it to you, he would have probably did it to other straight guys, and it's not right. All right, let's continue.
So after the guy leaves the band, you all gotta find some other person.
This is so bad, I can barely even hear what he's singing about. If it wasn't for the fact that he had the original song, wouldn't have a clue as to what he's singing about here.
So you put an ad on Craigslist and Facebook. Sent the guy some songs to learn. He said, yeah, I know all those songs.
I still can't get over the fact that... Oops, sorry. I still can't get over the fact how Roger expects everybody to learn his songs and be perfect about it. And when he does... when they don't, he wrote this song about it. How can you be that vitriolic, that bitter, that nobody can be perfect? Because there is no such thing as perfect when in regards to people. That you do this shit. It just makes you sound petty. And not Dylan. Boom boom tish. Whoops.
I can figure those out pretty easily. But actually, he doesn't want to learn them.
God forbid.
That's what you thought he'd do. So, he decides not to learn the songs that you asked him to learn. Instead, he has some other ideas.
No, you didn't do anything. You didn't traumatize us at all, Lewis.
That's when you got band problems.
I mean, Lord knows I've said stuff in streams before that I thought was inappropriate, then later turned out to be but bad shit happens to all of us. I mean, I could get into stories about shit that's happened to me. As a matter of fact, there was one that I'm not even going to get into right now because it's a genuine horror story. Okay, I just realized something. I have another funny story to tell after the... Well, not after this. I don't know when to tell it. Nurse Joy knows about it already. How many songs do we have left after this? Because we're going through this one pretty... Oh, Bandwife is next? Oh, man. I love Bandwife. Maybe I'll tell about it after this. Okay, let's continue. Roger, you're not cool. I don't know why you try to do it in this. Here's the thing, Genzel. Whoops, I don't know why I did that again. Being janky can work if Roger had the rhythm and recklessness to do that. Roger is so stiff on stage, he doesn't realize this. He's so stiff on stage that, and this is something I've also realized about Roger recently. He has this preconceived notion about what he should be doing on stage. And that, are you okay? I think that threw him off to the point where he's off rhythm, where it almost sounds like he's off mic as well. And I think that's one of the reasons he's janky, but the other reason is he has no sense of how to be free on at any level in public. He's what I would call reverential. He's the complete opposite of irreverent, that's for sure. He's so predictable, which is one of the reasons why he has no stage presence, why he will never hack it as a musician. He's not cool. He's the opposite of cool. And I can't believe I'm using this old Kevin-style term. He's a square. Which is appropriate coming from the Dylan period.
Yeah. So after you get all the band together, someone has to go find some gigs. It can be anyone, more than one person.
Once again, I want to go over the fact that Roger is a control freak. So he expects other people to find bands for him. Or if he finds... Make up your fucking mind, Roger. I could literally get into a whole fucking tangent about you and how you expect everything to go your way, and when you don't, you write them into music. Dumb motherfucker. It's making me want to pour soda. Which Chris is probably going to write about in a community post. Alright. Let's go on here. Where the fuck are we? Oh, yeah.
So you call up the bar and they tell you to come in after 5 to talk to the manager. So you get over there, the manager says he's not there even though he is.
Okay, yeah, Roger really meant it here. So something tells me that in order to get this gig, he probably had to be really persistent with the people there. This is one of the few times in a song when Roger really means what he says. So I want to rewind that just a little bit.
So you get over there, the manager says he's not there even though he is.
I didn't even realize. I just picked up on that as well. The manager says he's not there. That doesn't make much sense, Roger. So Roger just screwed up his own lyric in there. Another reason why this probably should have been cut, in addition to the bad miking of Roger's voice, him asking somebody if he's all right. He just flubbed up his own lyrics. Absolutely brilliant.
Since I don't even book the bands anymore, you need to talk to someone else. So when you talk to the person that actually books those bands, he says they're all booked up till the end of the year.
So, in other words, they're popular and you can't put your ego aside to, maybe next year or look for another place to perform. Dumb motherfucking asshole.
Then you got band problem. Band problem. That's what you got there, band problem. Band problem.
Roger, your whole life is a band problem. I hope I'm not being an asshole here or just doing this for the sake of sounding negative, but almost all the instrumentals in a song, and I realized that Roger didn't do that somebody else was doing that, they all suck. There's very few Roger songs where the instrumentals sound halfway decent. It probably could be cut out once again altogether.
That's what you call them. You got band problem. Right.
Oh, that's the best part. Okay, let's see how many songs are left. You got? Oh, I need a band wife. So, okay. So, question you guys. Do you want me to tell another story, or should we get into this one? Whatever majority I get, that's what I'm going to go for. Should we go into band wife, or another one of Sean's fucking weird sex stories? I'm still... Yeah, I have a ton of them. So I gotta wait for one more. Does it involve Mexico? No, thank God, no. It's about as bad, though. Unsupervised. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna take Lewis once, the song. So we got... Alright, so one for story, one for song. Gonna wait for one more, and that will decide it. So, yeah, band wife is next, then after that, it is the final... No story. Sorry, Lewis. Yeah, most of my stories are weird. Manager, okay, so... a matter of fact, while getting one more, let me hear this really quick. Be sure we haven't heard this before. Oh, fuck it. You know what? We have gone through officially. Yeah, the whole discography. Yeah, Manager is another song he's done. Alright, so story. Let me think. Because I want it to be something that's funny, but not something that's TMI. Well, then again, how can you be any more TMI than a woman wanting to put ramen noodles in her pussy and piss in it? Yeah, give me a moment. Let's see. I've told Nurse Joy this, so why the fuck not? It is a funny story. Even though it was without a doubt the worst sexual... The dog is... Oh, I've seen that before where they like move their paws and yeah, their mouth moves, and yeah, I've seen so many dogs do that before. You're in love with that Panay. Yeah, it's so cute to watch dogs dream because most of the dog dream of chasing Roger. Because I don't really want to tell that one. I'm trying to think of some... Okay, I got a funny one. Because there was one I was going to tell, but it's a little too weird. Although this one is just as equally as weird, because it happened when I was at college. So, I found out that there was this guy that was attracted to me, and I was told about this when... And I can't believe I'm going to admit this, when I used to cruise there. And for those of you who are not familiar with that term, to cruise, in gay parlances, it means to look for places where gay men have a tendency to hook up with each other and have sex. So one time I hooked up with somebody, and afterwards they said there was this one guy that wanted to meet you, and he like directed me to the place where he wanted me to meet him at. And I'm like, okay. So this was, I'll never forget it. This was, let's see, in front of the library next to the math building. And he was in the bushes, which... Which is not a good sign. I mean, you couldn't see him. He asked me to go in there because this was in the 90s, by the way, when a lot of people were still in the closet. So, there's no easy way to say this. He was regarded. He was a sweet guy, but not very smart. And I later found out he was working... Oh, that was another thing. I don't want to spoil that part just yet. But he said he was really attracted to me and he wanted to go out on a date with me. Which made it really awkward for me because... I didn't want to be so blunt as to tell him I don't want to go out with you because you're a fucking regard. But at the same time, he decided to reveal himself, and I'll just say he had tard-size penis. It was... I'm like, holy fuck! It was massive. I would say it was about the size of a soda can. And, but after that, that made me, I didn't laugh at him, but I almost did. And, so I said, I'm sorry, but, I don't even remember the bullshit excuse I gave him. So he would follow me around school, which actually was scary for a while. And then I was able to figure out like routes to walk there where I could avoid him. But one day I was going to the supermarket with my mom because I was still living with my parents at this time. And lo and behold, he was the stock boy there. And he went up to my mom and almost outed me in front of her, and I almost kicked his ass. I'm like, I don't remember what I said. I probably was trying to distract my mom. If I remember, it was almost that traumatic for me. Like, how can you tell your mom, oh, I met this guy in front of the bushes in college with him showing me his wang? And I had to, after I got my mom in another aisle when she wasn't looking, I went back there and told them, if you do any stupid shit like that again, I'm gonna fucking rip that thing off you. And that was the last time I heard from him. But that was for me equally as funny because of the timing of when he asked me that and just suddenly whips it out. And that second encounter. It's just very, very weird. But then again, as I mentioned, a lot of my sex stories are very weird. I mean, not to say, I'd say half of them are weird, half of them were normal. Some tards don't have a filter. He had no, what's the word I'm looking for? No censor button. And like I said, this happened back in the 90s when that was, culturally speaking, a huge no-no. You didn't do that in front of parents because, obviously, if you were living with them like I was, I could have been thrown out of the house. And at that time, I had no fucking money. I would have been royally screwed over. Luckily, when I did start having a full-time job, I had enough money to buy my own furniture and crap. But that would have really... He was not literally in a wheelchair, but he acted like it. I'm sure whatever program he was in, he was most definitely special ed. I'm trying to because he said a whole bunch of other stuff to me, like he wanted to go see... Was it Beauty? No, it wasn't Beauty and the Beast. It was a newer... The Little Mermaid. No, was it The Little Mermaid? No. Because that was It was some stupid Disney movie he wanted me to go see that was designed for little kids, which creeped me the hell out. Why would you take a gay guy to see a Disney movie? I know a lot of gay guys do that. I think it's creepy. And I could count, not to mention, I could count the number of Disney movies I have ever liked on one hand. So, that was a lot quicker than I thought. Whoops, sorry about that. So that was a lot of my TMI moments that I shared today. Actually, more so than probably the songs that were remaining. So yeah, in total, I think he had about 22, 23, 24 songs, somewhere around there. Let's see, that's scary. When I told my parents I like girls, they were okay, whatever, passed. Oh. Yeah, my dad, I think, was hoping the one that I'd be the first kid that would, give them grandkids, which is a huge burden to give a child. No child should have to feel like that they need to give you offspring. I know they didn't care, but in my case they did. Let's see, you're diplomatic, NJ, you know what's up. Oh, you're talking to Lewis. I don't think Lady Wheelchair... Really, Lewis? I think I've mentioned this to you before because you're definitely probably one of the more attractive goons here, in my humble opinion. As well as, let's see. Because I have pretty good taste in the guys, obviously. Let's see. Yeah, Deus is one, Boston, and some of the other ones. But, yeah, you're still a younger guy that can easily attract a fine young thing if you, wanted to seek that out. Yeah, exactly, Nurse Joy. And if I thought he had the grids machines, I would probably too. But... here's the thing. This was something that also... Okay, I'm going to get into another story. This was the very first time I used Craigslist. This was around 2000-ish. Trying to remember. 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. And lo and behold, the very first guy that came on, Craigslist, was straight. And said that he had a girlfriend and didn't want me to call him, so his girlfriend wouldn't find out. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. No, I'm not good with that. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Yeah, and I told him in not so uncertain terms not to contact me ever again. That was not fun. That should be any gay man's first reaction. You don't try to convert gay guys. That doesn't work that way. The same thing with women. I'm sure women would be off-put if a lot of women started randomly coming onto them. Oh yeah, okay. Should I get into dark story time with Sean? Because I certainly have a couple. So, let's see, what time is it? I feel like I've been talking forever. Only 8:37. Okay, so you guys want a creepy story. So, all the creepy incidents I have involved people who lied about who they were in their descriptions and gave pictures of themselves that were a lot younger than they used to be. So I wanted to give a case in point. Trying to remember what the ad said. It was an ad I put up. Okay, he was responding to me. And he said, this was when I was 30. I said I didn't want anybody over the age of 40. He said he was 40. Showed me a picture. And I did the usual, are you sure that's what you look like in real life? And he was like, yes. And guy shows up in a Jag, which should have been my first clue, because the people who usually drive Jaguars are usually much older. It's usually a much older set. You usually don't see many people driving that brand of car. And sure enough, he was in his 50s. And it's like I said, next thing you know, I was already off. And we were talking, and I was avoiding, because I was trying to figure out the safest way I could get out. And when we did finally park, and it was in a business industrial what do they call this? Industrial parks, excuse me. So it was 9 o'clock at night. It was dead. Nobody was there. And I was all alone with this guy in the middle of nowhere. And I didn't say much. I tried to cut everything off whenever I could. And he said something really creepy, and I didn't feel like it was going to go right wherever it went. He said he wanted to go back to the trunk and show me something. And I'm like, no. So I went outside, and I said, what are you doing? And this was the point when I tried to get him engaged, to basically get him the hint that I sort of know what you're doing. You better fucking stop it now. I got those kind of creeps. There was a neighborhood within a quarter mile, but if he did have a gun, I can't outrun that, obviously. You know what, Miranda? In retrospect, I don't know why I didn't get one of those. Oh, that's right. I don't think those are legal in California. Yeah. This was in California. It was after this that if I saw anybody who claimed that, who gave me a picture and it didn't describe their description, it was an instant no for me. I wouldn't get in their car. I would just walk off. yeah, just one of the scarier experiences in my life. And I'll never forget it. He had to be in his mid-50s. He had curly salt and pepper hair. He did have money. You could tell he had money. And it just, the whole thing did not feel right. And in retrospect, I should have walked out of the car. And I did do that once in a later situation. But that was with somebody that was just horrible at sex. Matter of fact, probably one of my top 10 worst sexual partners I had. I literally walked out of the car as we were walking down the street and ran somewhere that they couldn't get their car to. And they were trying to follow me. I don't think I can get one what? Caught the end of that? Yeah. It was, I was talking about a scary story of, as a matter of fact, the only scary story I've ever encountered where it felt like it could have went dangerous if I wasn't vigilant enough. A slushy. Oh, I love you guys. So, some of you may... No, I won't... Just in case certain people are watching, I won't get into that. But yeah, I've had a lot of weird things like that happen to me on Craigslist. Luckily on Grindr you don't see as many of that because it's much harder for people to lie since they have to... If they don't put a picture of themselves up, they usually get far less responses. And if I don't see a picture, I usually ask for one. They don't provide it, then I block them. Oh my god. Okay, so we're going down the dark direction. Okay, so one of the few dark times on Grindr, there was somebody that wanted me to meet them at school for sex, and I was instantly creeped out, but not as creeped out as when they asked me if I had any CP. That was when I reported them, and I hope they got arrested. God, I hope they got arrested. Yeah, exactly, Miranda. It's like, I've done a little bit of everything, but I won't do that. I'm not kidding. Genzel, when that happened, I like, if I could go through the fiber optics and like physically could go to the IP address where they were at, I would strangle them. That was how pissed off I got. I would have been like Tony. How Tony's first instinct whenever he hears about that kind of thing is to punch the ever-living shit out of them. That was how I felt. But with that, let me think of something fun to talk about. Let's see. Because I want to end it with something fun. And... and to me, there's nothing more fun than talking about a sex party, because I'm going to tell you right now, for those of you who've never been in one, orgies are the biggest fucking waste of time. They are. But what's even worse is going to a sex party where you hear that there's supposed to be, you know, all these cute people that hang around there, and when it's like the gay 90s party, everybody there is gay, and most of the men are over 90. Or they look that way. And so you're like this young thing there, and you have everybody eyeballing you, which is both... Let me put it this way. Everybody there was was naked, I kept my clothes on the whole fucking time to get the message across that I was not having any part of this. And needless to say, after that, I never went back there ever again. Yeah, there was literally nobody there I wanted to screw around with. I think I was around 30. Yeah, I was around 30 at that time when I went. It was a literal lemon party. It was like that old meme. When you think about that old meme, and that is what that sex party was like. Oh God, it makes me cringe even thinking about it now. Because I'll never forget the layout, because it was in a house. There were there were more than 3 bedrooms, but 2 of them were, the doors were off the hinges, the lights were turned off, and there were full-blown orgies going on. Like, god damn. And then in the living room, they had porn playing. Actually, no, they had porn playing in all the rooms. But especially in the living room, it was more weird, hardcore stuff. You know, I feel like I have to talk about even something more innocent than that to end it out on. Because, for fuck's sakes, we were talking about Roger. I went into funny sex stories. Then I almost talked about the time where I could have been an untimely end if I didn't point out the fact that I knew something was wrong was going to fucking happen. Oh, thanks a lot for that, MDP. Good thing you reminded me of that. The whole place smelled of lube and poppers. It smelled the same way as it did in a bathhouse. And don't even get me started on bathhouses. Because if you've been to one of those, you know what I'm talking about. It has a very distinct smell of VCR cleaner and just really cheap, almost oil. I'm trying to think of what that brand is called, but it was really cheap and smelly lube. And condoms. Oh, I forgot about that too. Because depending on how cheap the condom is, the stronger you could smell the material it's made out of. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. I gotta say to certain people who are curious about stuff, it's a good thing not to experience everything in sex. Let me just put it that way. Especially now that I've grown up a lot and trying to settle down and look for somebody. Well, you live a little, like, that is true. And trust me, I've been through a lot of wild stuff in that department. Oh, then again, most gay men have. Oh, God. That reminds me of the times where, because I feel like I still have to try to make this lighter somehow. I had several guys who, they were the most masculine men you've ever seen. Then when they would see me, they want to dress up like, they wanted to cross-dress in front of me. And I'm like, no, sorry. Not into that. Not my thing. I do not know, because it's weird, because I used to mention in my ads back then that I wasn't into that sort of thing, and they would sort of insist upon that, which was disturbing. I've had just enough fun. My girlfriend called... Really? But you know what? There's nothing wrong. Here's the thing. And this is also the cold hard truth about sex. I would argue the less partners you have, the less experience, the less, how do I put this politely? The less effective you are in the bedroom. It's like, in order to really be a great sexual partner, you need some experience. Because I've been with people who it was their first time having a homo experience, and it did not turn out well. Oh God, I could get into another story, and Nurse Joy knows about this one. Nurse Joy, when I say all teeth, you'll know what I'm talking about, and she'll laugh. Because there's a recent story I just told her about. Because it was something that accidentally happened to me, too. Yeah, okay, yeah, you remember. I gotta say, this was completely unexpected on my part. I did not expect to go in this direction tonight in terms of palate cleansers. Yeah, that ranked up there with one of the worst experiences I've ever had. Fuck, I might as well tell it. No, I won't. Just in case George or anybody else is watching. But Nurse Joy knows how funny it is. Yeah, it's been fun. I definitely need to wrap it up with something. Oh, Lewis uploaded a video. Hold on, I gotta play that. Definitely gotta play that. Lewis's videos are always awesome. Alright, paste. If I can get to the right location. Alright, here we go.
Son! Gigi's got the trademark. Gigi's got the trademark. Gigi's got the trademark. Gigi's got the trademark. Hey, 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 hey. And you know...
Hello, everyone. I hear someone got the trademark. You know what? I want to sing with them to celebrate. Gigi's got the trademark. Gigi's got the trademark. Gigi's got the trademark. Gigi's got the trademark.
Oh, hold on. I gotta... That was perfect. It literally means nothing that he has a trademark. Literally nothing. I would even argue it's more worthless than, oh shit. Okay, that background doesn't quite work. Hold on. Damn it. Maximize again. And turn off the playlist. Alright, there we go. So, I gotta remember the difference between... because copyright, you're doing specific work. So, for example, like a specific movie, specific song, etc. But with trademark, it's usually products and... let's see. A trademark is a type of intellectual property consisting of a recognizable sign, design, or expression that identifies products or services from a particular source. So does any of that apply to George? And the answer is a resounding no. And George made it even a bigger uphill battle. Because in trademark, unlike copyright, you 100% gotta prove that you lost money if someone violated your work. 100%. Matter of fact, George can't even avoid it. And guess what? If it's $0, then he just spent $600 on nothing. On absolutely nothing. Completely worthless. That and his video, his autistic video yesterday of... What did he talk about? I forgot, and I did a video about it. of doxing people. He still doesn't realize that everybody is pulling his strings and getting him to say stuff that they want him to say. He's so stupid. He lost his second gig at Taboo. Oh God, that's right. You know, for somebody that was so happy that he got his trademark, yeah, that was the most angry I've ever seen George. No, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say there. But, yeah, George gets played around like a fiddle. I do not know if this is the inner circle's work of him having to pay $600 for a trademark, thinking that this would trump the Goons trademark. It doesn't. All it does is it would be contested if he, if he went to court. That's all it does. And even then, George would still have to prove that his trademark is worth any value. And good luck with that. He'll get laughed right out of the courtroom. Fucking dumbass. Keeps messaging me. Oh my God. My friend, he must be watching my stream. He sent me a keyboard cap, probably as a response to one of the Roger songs. Where is it? Just sent him a heart. Yeah, that's spit, man. I'm surprised it didn't get on the camera. He was spitting that hard. But I gotta say, this is the most active George has been in a while, because he was completely silent for a while, but this has been some grade A lulls lately. And thank the Lord for that. I just realized I don't know if Meth is in here. Hold on, I gotta check something. Who's still in my chat? Oh, I only have 4, so... Oh, 3 left. Holy shit. I was going to ask if Meth is going to be doing a GG stream tomorrow. Because if not, I'll cover all the videos he did this week. Oh, yeah, I know you're here. I was going to ask Meth a question, but I don't know if she stuck around or not. Especially after I talked about those fucking disgusting stories. Because I noticed when I started to, that was when she bailed. She was like, nope, I'm out of here. Yeah, I might have to do that. By the way, guys, I'm sorry for anybody I offended talking about that, if I did. It's just, that happened to be a good palate cleanser at the time when I did that. And I probably went too far. I should have quit while I was ahead. But yeah, MD Official, there's nothing wrong with having plenty of sexual partners. The issue is if you whore yourself to any woman that comes along. Then I think that starts becoming a problem. You gotta have standards. To me, when I think of whore, slut, those people sleep with anybody. So, alright, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because I'm starting to run out of stuff to talk about. On Friday, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a stream tomorrow too. We'll play some games. We haven't done that in a while. Since I've been streaming every day, or doing videos every day this week, I'll stream some sort of game night tomorrow. Then on Friday, we'll have a George stream. That is as long as Mel, Boston, or Eugene don't have anything planned. Hey, there's nothing wrong. Oh, God, I got to do my... Where's Lewis when I need him to say there's nothing wrong with that? Seriously, sex is a good thing. Sex is fun. And, you know, you're with somebody you're somewhat attracted to, and you both have a good time. More power to you. Of course, it's more powerful when it's, you know, with somebody that, you know, you're in love with. That is still some of the best sex, but yeah, nothing wrong with, you know, finding someone, you know, just to hammer it out with, you know, when you're single. Nothing wrong with that. Need to end. Alright, so yeah, tomorrow's going to be game night. That is as long as nothing major happens. That's going to be tentative, for sure. Because I know one of my best friends has been wanting to see me this week. So Friday, I'm gonna try to make it for sure that we'll do a GG stream, just talking about GG shit. I have nothing wrong with that. All right, so let me look for something to wrap it up with. Oh, I haven't done goth music. What the fuck is wrong with me? Where was that tab I had open earlier? Because I was listening to a compilation. You know, a really good one. Okay, found it. So, whoops. Quiet down, you. Alright, so I think to end the night, I'm going to end it on some goth rock, dark wave, cold wave, that sort of thing. Now, I'll leave it on for a half hour in case people want to speak to me in chat afterwards. Alright, so let me get that in here while I say once again. God damn it, where is it? Oh. Video. I just had it right before. Oh, because you got to do it in playlist, you regard. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, once again, tomorrow, tentative game night. And on Friday, it's going to be the GG stream, hopefully. If not, it'll be for sure on Saturday. Or either way, we're going to be doing a GG stream within the next 3 days. All right. Let's see. I need to see bandwidth or unsupervised is my best. Raj. Only learned of unsupervised is really an abortion. Of the most unholy kind. It really is Roger's just general grievance of the world. So with that, I love you guys. I'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow. If not, it'll be Friday or Saturday. All right. See ya.
place to hide. My car crashed into the wall, 'cause you left me upside down. Now everything the shine is gold. How could you be so cold? Now everything the shine is gold. Tell me about your feelings, and I'll tell you mine. Now everything the sign is gold. You a liar, such a liar. You a liar, such a liar. Evil demons are following me. I don't have a place to hide. My car crashed into the wall, 'cause you left me upside down. Not everything the sign is gold. How could you be so cold? Living in this nightmare, I'm haunted by you. I'm haunted by you. You are wasting my time. You are draining my life. Even down on the ground, I keep running, running. I'm running around and keep running, running. I'm running around and keep running, running. I'm running around and keep running, running. I'm running around. Sign is gold. Tell me about your feelings, and I'll tell you mine. Not everything the sign is gold. You a liar, such a liar. You a liar. Living in this nightmare, I'm haunted by you. I'm haunted by you. You're wasting my time. You are draining my life. You fall down on the ground. I keep running, running. I'm running around and keep running, running. I'm running around and keep running, running. I'm running around and keep running, running. I'm running around.
sanity. Welcome to war and rules, vigil and victory. Structures of atoms dance, sugar towards the taster. Pray to the predator, lovers we're falling down.
каждым окном. Так темно и страшно в каждом трамвае и вагоне метро. Так темно и страшно под поверхностью красных глаз. Так темно и страшно прямо здесь и прямо сейчас. Так темно и страшно. Так темно и страшно. Так темно и страшно. Во всех переулках, на всех площадях так темно и страшно. Бледное солнце утопает в ветвях. Так темно и страшно. Жизнь выполняет последний приказ. Так темно и страшно прямо здесь и прямо сейчас. Так темно и страшно.